Hey, Roger Martin here from Billings, Montana. Good day. Just readjusting my cap and getting after it. Anyhow, one of the most interesting videos I watched here lately was with Dr. Dave Janda, the Operation Freedom. I will give this video link to you, but most importantly in this video, and we need to understand how corrupt the FBI is and how unjust some of the things are that are going on in the legal system. Um, I don't know why, totally why Flynn chose to plead guilty. I'd have pleaded non guilty right off. But nonetheless, he's changing his plea to non guilty. Uh, this Sydney gal and her team of lawyers have come up with an understanding, very good understanding, that the government has not only dealt in bad faith and has been corrupt with the FBI, but uh, the prosecutors in this case have not kept their legal agreement. Flynn was forthcoming, and matter of fact, Flynn was threatened at least twice. Threatened for not signing some papers, threatened that they'd go after his son, and they just had a child, and Flynn has lost his house, a lot of assets. Um, he's put everything on the line to defend himself, and he had to get rid of his first lawyer because he wasn't that good. Got a hold of the Sydney gal and their team of lawyers. They're some of the best, and he's changed his plea to non guilty. So, what Dr. Janda talked about is that these 302 forms, usually there's just one form, but there's been 5 forms. Now, what's most interesting is the first and original form is suddenly gone missing. No one can find it, or they can't get access to it, or yada yada. It either doesn't exist, or they're covering it up, or they've buried it. But there's something on that first form they don't want us to see. That's obvious because they can't find it. And secondly, there's been 4 other forms. On these 4 other forms, McCabe and the other gal have doctored those forms. Lisa Page have doctored those forms, redid those forms, changed those forms 4 times, 4 times at least, in these 4 different forms. They've changed them and messed with them at least these 4 different forms. Who knows how many times until they had it set up the way they wanted it. Now the question is, why was there one form, the original form, missing on these 302 forms, and why were these other 4 forms messed with? Now this Judge Sullivan, who's doing this case in this change of plea presentation from Sydney, she and her team saying, hey, this is all messed up. There's been some bad stuff done here, and it's corrupt. He should dismiss the case because of the evidence that's been tampered with, because of the information that they've not allowed to get access to, this first 302 form, and the documentation that shows that these other 4302 forms have been messed with, tampered with, changed. This is corruption at a high level, and also she has evidence and statements that Flynn was coerced at least twice and threatened at least twice to sign papers and to do other things against his business partner and against not signing some forms. So this coercion, this corruption has been documented now. These forms have been documented that they've been hampered with. And you got McCabe and Page in the hampering of these 2 things. So he's going to have to dismiss this or open up a trial and come after these prosecutors for their corruption, and probably even McCabe and Page for their corruption in the FBI. All I know is it's messed up, totally messed up. Been a decent guy, and he's one of the reasons that Trump is alive, because of the security and the military intelligence he's put around him. But Flynn knows a lot of where these criminals are. He was one of the top military intelligent people, if not the top, and they know through surveillance what has happened with a lot of these criminals. Um, so it's a messed up deal. We encourage you to take a look at Dr. Janda's video and take a look at Operation Freedom. He is having a special program this Sunday, and I think it starts at 2 p.m. Eastern. But you're going to have to go and watch the video. Let me go back and see if he's got that in the bottom of this. And there is a fund for Michael Flynn as well. So I'm going to give you that. If you've got any power or influence or money, send it to this organization to help support General Flynn. I mean, the money and the time spent legally on these battles, they'll just destroy you financially, if not emotionally and financially and legally. We live in a very corrupt and dirty world. So there's the organization to support Flynn financially. Let's go back and see if Dr. Janda has evidence on not evidence, but the time. I think this is on Sunday, the podcast. Maybe it's on there, drjanda.com. They have a Sunday show. Let me see if that is on davejanda.com. They have a Sunday show that's, I think, either a podcast or on, what is it? Okay, there it is. Operation Freedom Radio, live radio show. Get that at davejanda.com. That is on every Sunday from 2 to 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. 2 to 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So that is on this page, his page here. I knew I'd seen it somewhere. So that's there. We're going to end it here. But if these 302 forms have been, first one's been missing, that's a big flag. Why is it missing? Why can't they get access to it? And the other 4 forms have been changed by McCabe and Page. That should raise up some serious questions or flags of legality and witness or document tampering and corruption there, as well as the verbal threats that General Flynn has went through at least twice, if not more, both with his business partner, threatening him to lie and that, and he wouldn't, and for not signing some documents he was threatened. So they were going after his son, grandchildren, and family. So, man, this guy's put everything on the line. And it's great to see this Sydney lawyer and her team defend him and go after this corruption. Roger Martin from Billings, Montana. Hopefully you'll support Michael Flynn Fund, Defense Fund, and watch the video from Dr. Janda and see his program Sunday from 2 to 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Good day.